So I'll set you up for some of the mechanics with a question that often gets sent in where people want me to ask experts like yourself. So the question often goes like, someone who's listening to this conversation says, I want to lose 20 to 30 pounds of stubborn fat. Stubborn is always in there in typically like a 4 to 6 month window. So I would add in for somebody who's asking that, what would you say are like the 3 to 5 non negotiable principles that have to be kept in mind if somebody wants to go down that path?
I would say, I'm not so sure if it's a principle, but I would say what to keep in mind is that you have scoped out a problem and assumed the solution was possible without doing due diligence on is the solution actually probable. Like you can get out a map of the Earth and the moon, and you can draw a line from Houston all the way to the surface of the moon and draw a little picture of a rocket and go like, we're going to make it. And in just the same way, people say, well, I want to lose 25 pounds in 4 months. And it's like a line, it's like a straight line, right? The reality is that up until the late 1960s, we just didn't have the technology to send rockets to the moon. And when we did, it cost billions of dollars. And instead, laying a foundation of like, I'm just going to do the right things and it's going to take what it takes and I'm here for it, which is tough, but it just works.
So once we have a much more realistic understanding of what's possible, because again, we're trying to maintain consistency to lead to long-term results, we're completely sort of changing our life. What is a more appropriate way to move forward? For example, if somebody dialed back that, massive weight loss in a short period of time to say, hey, I'm shooting in this first phase that I want 10 pounds of fat loss, right? Not weight loss, but fat loss. And I want to add a little bit of lean muscle mass. Is that an appropriate way to approach things? And then what would be the next step from there?
Yeah, I think shooting for something like 7% of your body weight in a 12-week fat loss phase is really sharp. 5 to 7, better less than more, so that you can succeed and not experience crazy diet fatigue and have that much more left for later phases and also less probability of rebounding again. 5 to 7% of your current body weight, losing in, if you want more aggressively, 10 to 12 weeks. So I really am trying to speak against the aggressive approach here. Once you have that as your goal, you're going to want to think about what you're eating, what your physical activity is like, and then what your resistance training is like.